One person was killed and 5 more were wounded after Russian troops shelled Bakhmut in the Donetsk region. The enemy again hit the private sector, damaging 8 residential buildings.
My friend and I saw the dogs. As we walked, we saw a man lying there. He was already unconscious. He was on duty over there. And when the shelling started, he ran over here to get to his mother and his sister. One house burned down. The other house burned down. One man was killed, and then another was seriously wounded.
Russian troops also hit Slovyansk, in particular the Zeus Ceramica factory, which produces tiles. The plant was seriously damaged, but no casualties were reported.
Zeus Ceramica is the leading manufacturer in its industry. Its products are used by major trading countries. They are bought in the European Union, the USA and Canada. The destruction of such a factory is a serious blow to the economy of the region. The Russians are destroying our industrial potential. Pavlo Kirilenko, head of the Donetsk Regional Military Administration.
Russian troops shelled Mykolaiv again. The enemy fired 9 missiles, including at residential buildings. Mykolaiv Hotel also came under enemy fire. Trade centers across the street and several other civilian objects were also damaged. Rescuers are removing the rubble. According to preliminary information, 1 person was wounded.
Russian occupiers again hit a number of civilian facilities in Mykolaiv. Rescuers and emergency teams are already working on the site. Alexander Sienkiewicz, Mykolaiv city mayor.
In the Luhansk region, Russian soldiers go to Ukrainian checkpoints and try to find weaknesses in the region's defense while speaking the Ukrainian language and dressed in Ukrainian military uniforms.
The situation on the front line, after a few days of relative calm, is escalating again. The enemy launched 12 missile and air strikes on settlements on the border of the Luhansk and Donetsk regions. The enemy continues massive artillery and mortar shelling, as well as the use of multiple launch rocket systems. Serhiy Haidai, head of the Luhansk Regional Military Administration.
Russian troops shelled the Kryvyi Rih district at night. They were targeting civilians.
The Zelenodolsk community came under fire. The enemy deliberately hit the villages of Velika Kostromka and Zelenodolsk. According to preliminary information, there were no casualties. Valentin Reznichenko, head of the Dnipropetrovsk Regional Military Administration.
Russian troops fired mortars and multiple launch rocket systems at settlements in the Sumy region. According to preliminary information, no casualties were reported.
At noon, the Russian occupiers shelled the villages of Druzhbivka and Seredinobudska communities with multiple launch rocket systems. There were 20 arrivals. After 1 p.m., mortar shelling of the Krasnopirsk community began. There were 19 arrivals. After 2 p.m., there were 6 explosions in Shalychinska community. Dmytro Zhevitsky, head of the Sumy Regional Military Administration.
In the Slovyansk and Bakhmut directions, the Ukrainian military repelled attempts of the Russian occupiers to assault. Also, Russian troops once again conducted a reformation of their fleet in the Black Sea near the Ukrainian coast.
4 carriers of sea-launched caliber cruise missiles are kept in readiness to launch missile strikes. There are cases of unsatisfactory food supply to the occupation troops. According to available information, the level of staffing of platoon commanders in the units of the 2nd Combined Arms Army of the Central Military District remains low. The reason is significant losses and refusal to take part in the combat operations on territory of Ukraine.
Reported by Marina Stepanenko, Mariana Krechet, UATV News.